Greetings. My name is Broderick. I am a senior music technology concentration at Bowie State University, Fine Arts Department. Today, I will be presenting my senior project with you, which is entitled Songs of My Fathers. Um, these songs are really is one piece, and that piece is a arrangement in Sibelius for I think seven horns, percussion, and uh, yeah, seven horns of percussion. Uh, this is a um, combination of a few things, which I will explain to you in my PowerPoint. Hopefully, you enjoy my PowerPoint, you enjoy my points, and you enjoy my music. Um, we will just jump right into it now. All right. All right. All right. As I said, my name is Broderick Pitts, and this is my presentation, Songs of My Fathers, uh, taking a look at mashups composed and arranged in Sibelius, Avid Sibelius software. Uh, this is a single project with myself, Broderick Pitts, of Bowie State University, uh, Fine Arts Department, Music Technology concentration. Um, where we first began. Um, I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, to a pastor as a father, a mother as an evangelist, a grandfather who is a jazz lover and musician, a grandmother who is a avid vinyl collector and music lover. I found a love for music very early in both church, which was Rehoboth Church growing up, and St. Mary's School of the Assumption in Govans, Baltimore, Maryland. At these two places, I began playing drums and singing in school choirs, church choirs, whatever I could find myself to do, I was doing it musically. Um, the photos you see are myself playing drums as somewhat of an adult, myself playing drums as a kid, uh, myself as a drum major, and myself playing trombone in different various organizations. Uh, Creating the monster. I had several different directors in high school. Had a couple transfers and a couple people who just adopted me. Um, at Poly and Western, I attended Polytechnic Institute, and I was under the leadership of Charles Struther and Cody Benton. Before them, I was not forced to read music, so I had not learned. They taught it to me and made sure I never forgot it. I began reading music in the ninth grade at the age of 14 and began playing horns there as well. I began playing the tuba at that time. And then we have Ms. Robin Page from Western High School, who was my first paying gig. She hired me to play for her all girls choir. I was one of their staff musicians for quite some time. Um, and upon transferring from Polytechnic Institute to Baltimore City College High School, I began singing and playing in the Baltimore City College Choir, or Baltimore City College Choir, as some would call it, under the leadership of Miss Linda Hall and Dr. William Patrick Alston. Their leadership in honing my musicianship and using it in ways that I hadn't before was very vital to pushing me to where I am today. And last but certainly not least, um, the Baltimore City Marching Knights, under the leadership of Mr. James B. Childs, who to this day is a mentor and pushes me to be better in my musicianship, my leadership, and just all around in life. Uh, these were all very important individuals and led me to my college career, where I attended Coppin State University Not really my favorite place to be. I found that my desire to march was way bigger than my desire to stay at that school. So, upon being denied and reapplying to Bowie State University, I met with Dr. Adolph Wright, who you see pictured on the right side of this photo, on the right side of the slide. Um, I was accepted and ultimately taken under the wing of Dr. Wright, um, who coached me and put me in the hands of Mr. Billy Bennett, who has certainly been um, more than an influence in both school, band, and musicianship. I majored first in history and government until I realized that I needed to do something that uh, held my interest and excited me about school. And that's when I was led to the front door of Dr. Gilbert Pryor, who since that day has been a steadfast influence in making me the musician and the student I have become. I came in as a percussionist. That didn't last long. About 3 days into band camp in the first week, uh, I was asked to move to trombone and then to baritone horn. At this time, I had a special benefit because my pup sister, uh, a young lady who came in to band with me, didn't read bass clef at all, and I only read bass clef. So in order to communicate with her, not only did I have to read treble clef, but I also had to transpose parts. Um, so this unlocked another level of my musical knowledge and made me the better musician. I served in many roles, ultimately becoming the drum major of Bowie State University Symphony of Soul. As you can see, the photos on the left is me conducting the Symphony of Soul in a concert setting, and below is me getting ready to perform with the Symphony of Soul as the drum major for the marching band. Um, Again, I changed my major to fine arts music tech once I met Dr. Pryor, and the rest was sort of history. What is Sibelius? Sibelius is a score writing software developed by Avid Technology. It allows for a composer or arranger to use a digital platform to score and play back written pieces of music. Why not Finale? Because Sibelius. Sibelius is a, for me, more user-friendly software. Um, it allows me to play into it with my controller. It allows me to edit it rather swiftly. When I am using a full keyboard, it's just a couple of clicks away from everything I need. It's really just it's the best um, score writing software I've ever used. Also, while we're on the topic of Sibelius, um, there are two professors who really hone our skills in Sibelius. They are Dr. Gilbert Pryor and Dr. William Smith. Both of these individuals are extremely knowledgeable about the subject matter that they teach, and learning the skill set in the program and in the practical application of our music theory is extremely important and is something I try to apply here today in my piece. What's a mashup? A mashup is a creative work in the form of song developed by blending or layering pieces of music or pieces of other works previously recorded. The purpose of a mashup is to evoke feeling, be they sad or indifferent or happy. A good mashup reminds you of every song you hear in the piece at the same time and sends you on a whirlwind roller coaster down memory lane. Uh, the songs chosen for my mashup all have special meanings to me. And I plan to capture the emotion in each one and share them with you through sound. I chose to call this project Songs of My Fathers. Um, the individuals you see on your screen, uh, myself excluded, uh, would be my father, my grandfather, and my cousin. Each of these men have proceeded to move on from earth to glory, and they left a huge imprint on my life before doing so. Um, so the songs I picked, each song is attached to one of them. For Branston Poops Lewis, my cousin, who was a Jay-Z enthusiast and introduced me to the sounds of H to the Izzo and taught me about girls, girls, girls. So I picked those two pieces to pull from in this piece. My father, Frederick, the Fat Man Pitts, who was my father, my road dog, and took me on many a road trip. Oftentimes, it was just the two of us. Uh, and my grandfather, Bonnet Granddude Carroll, who was my superhero, the man who raised me, a jazz historian, took me on many vacations to Maputo, Mozambique, while in his car. Um, and the interesting part that I've learned about the two of these songs is while he is not credited as a writer for either of them, Marcus Miller penned the bass line for both Just the Two of Us and Maputo. That is very interesting because Marcus Miller is probably my favorite bassist. Anything he does, I love. And hopefully, I made him proud with what I've done here today. Before we get into the piece, what's next for me? I am set to graduate from Bowie State University on June 24th, 2020. And my next step will be stepping into the world of teaching at Baltimore City Public Schools. I have always wanted to be a teacher, and I've always wanted to be in the city, so I can encourage young men and young women just like me who really didn't know what they wanted to do in life to be better and be bigger than what they see and what people tell them that they are. So they can leave, grow, find something, and bring it back to their community, same as I've done. While I'm teaching, I plan to pursue my master's of social work. Um, and doing so, I will open up doors to work with students with disabilities, more specifically students with autism. That is a life's goal of mine. I plan to do music therapy in addition to this. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to get into my project. Hopefully I can get it put up here for you guys. Give me just one moment. All right. And again, this is Songs of My Fathers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horn parts and percussion. Enjoy. All right, and that concludes my presentation. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening. And yeah, all right.